Paul McCartney wrote We Can Work It Out during a difficult stretch in his relationship with actress Jane Asher. The two were arguing over the direction of their lives, including Asher's determination to continue her acting career rather than simply just remaining near Paul. He later explained that he began the song soon after one of their disagreements, using the writing process to sort through feelings he was struggling to express face to face. The result was hopeful on the surface, but its opening argument is less generous than the title suggests. McCartney's narrator repeatedly asks the other person to understand his position, while offering little indication that he plans to understand hers. McCartney first imagined the song as a faster, country-flavored number. He had the title, the main melody, and several verses before taking it to John for help. Even though John and Paul were increasingly writing separately by late 1965, this became one of their clearest true collaborations from the period. John supplied the middle section about life being too short for endless fighting. That passage doesn't simply add another verse, it changed the personality of the song. Paul sounds convinced that patience and persuasion will save the relationship. We can work it out. We can work it out. While John cuts through the argument with the impatient reminder that everybody's time is limited. Life is very short and there's no time. Lennon later recognized the section as a nearly perfect example of their naturally opposing outlooks. And George Harrison contributed in his own way as well. He made the suggestion that gave the middle section its strange, uneasy movement. According to Paul, George proposed changing it into a 3-beat waltz, which created the brief carousel-like turn heard beneath John's words. The rest of the song moves in a steady 4-beat rhythm, so the change feels as though the argument has suddenly lost its balance. Sing and fighting, my friend. During the recording, the Beatles also found an old harmonium at EMI Studios and used its wheezing, sustained chords to deepen that old-fashioned waltz feeling. So it might have been a small arrangement idea from George and an unusual instrument that happened to be nearby, but together, that turned a fairly direct relationship song into something much less predictable. They recorded it at EMI Studios on October 20th and October 29th, 1965, while finishing the sessions for Rubber Soul. They spent more than 11 hours completing it, which was the longest they had devoted to one song up to that point. And that amount of work is surprising because the finished record lasts only a little over 2 minutes and sounds almost effortless. Much of the time went into building the arrangement and layering the vocals, harmonium, and other parts until the contrast between McCartney's bright verses and Lennon's darker waltz section felt natural. The recording sounds like a simple acoustic pop song, but it was actually an early sign that the Beatles were becoming willing to spend an entire day in the studio chasing a specific texture. But still, there was disagreement that continued even after the recording was finished, because John strongly favored the harder-edged Day Tripper as the band's next main single, while We Can Work It Out was widely considered the more commercial choice. Rather than choosing between them, though, the Beatles gave both songs equal billing, which created their first officially promoted double A-side. It was released on December 3, 1965, became a British Christmas #1, and remained at the top for 5 weeks. The Beatles also filmed 3 separate promotional performances of We Can Work It Out for television stations around the world, which helped move pop promotion toward the modern music video idea. McCartney and Asher remained together until 1968, but ultimately could not work it out, leaving the song as a polished, oddly cheerful record of a real argument that never received the ending its title promised.